Good morning from, Dad Bod Jesus here. I've been asked many times now over the past probably year or two, the update on our house with the whole Lowe situation and what happened. I've had to retell the story many times. So I figured the best way to get this out there was to make another video again. And I haven't done this in a few years because it was at a standstill for so long. And now we've had some progress and we're just waiting for things to settle. But I'll give you a status on the actual house here. I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see what we've got going on. Okay, so here we go. This is my 2,700 square foot, 3 foot deep hole in the ground that used to be a house. This was torn down few months back, not by our schedule, but by county and city schedule, because we got notification from the county that we had a dilapidated building on the property, and it was a $750 per day fine. So we had to pay for this out of pocket, which I believe was over 50 grand. It was about 50-60 grand that we had to pay because they came in with a crew, not machines, because it had to be torn down by hand because they were unsure about bringing in a machine onto the site due to the dilapidated state. So there was a crew of guys, and it took about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get the whole building torn down. You can see here what I've been pointing at. That was the main feed for our utilities for electrical, which the post is right there. That's our incoming electrical utilities, breakers and everything. Main is on that. They disconnected everything here so that we were safe and nobody got electrocuted. And then over here you can see this is my incoming water main. It got a little damaged in the process, so I've got to go and fix that and cap it. We've got a slow drip that is right there. It is not causing all this muddiness, by the way, as some of you have probably seen in the news. Arizona got a lot of rain. I think in one day it was like 4 or 5 inches. Globe, Miami made the news everywhere, I think. A couple other places in Arizona. But yeah, this was the state it was left in. Back over here was the back patio. So this wasn't the total of the house. This was just the interior building that sat over this area. Our back patio was here. And over there was our front driveway, and garage was right there where we've got a pile of debris we're picking up from the recent storms. So yeah, this is what currently our house looks like. Yay. It's been sitting this way for a while. There's a couple of dirt piles that were accumulated because we came in with the skid steer to kind of level some things out and move some dirt around. But basically, we're sitting with this right now. Turn the camera back around here. Had to walk back in the shade because even in October, the sun here can be kind of abusive. When they tore the house down, of course, we had a bunch of roll-off dumpsters and they were hauling stuff away. And I got to give it, the stealth demolition were the guys that did it. Their crew was amazing. It was like a crew of 6 or 7 guys that came in, sledgehammers, sawzalls. We're not talking any equipment, that's hefty. And they were basically hammering away, cutting down. I saw an axe come out at one point. It was pretty cool. At one point I came home for the day, and in the morning when I had left that morning, I had noticed they were working on the garage. And when I got home that night, the entire roof of the garage in one piece, undamaged, was sitting on the ground. All the walls were gone. Now I know they hadn't had any equipment here. I couldn't figure out how they did it. They were good at what they did. But again, tearing down a 2,700 square foot house and the adjoining garage, it took them a while to do it by hand. We've been sitting this way now for quite a few months. I believe this happened back November, December of 2024. And I just haven't updated. Sorry about that, guys. But figured with as many people that have asked me now, I figured I should put out a new video and get it posted. We are still waiting for arbitration with Lowe's. So once that happens, we should be all done with this process and we can rebuild. Other than that, there is not much new. So, yay. Any questions, comment on the video and I'll try and answer, but that's the state of where we're at right now. Oh, with the exception of one thing, we did have to pay for demolition out of our own pocket. We also had to pay out of pocket for a new septic system on the property. So the septic system was sitting right next to the house, which was permitted, everything. I mean, we found the permit in the old site plan for the original install back in like 1995 or 94, something like that. It was a long time back. The problem with it sitting right next to the house is when they went to demo, they could have damaged the septic system. That's bad. And it was a leach pit right next to the house, which they don't let you do anymore either, because you can't be within so many feet of the water table, which apparently, according to the septic guys, the water table has risen where we're sitting at. So the septic system had to be removed and replaced as well, and that bill was about $48,000. That included putting in a new septic system and a new leach field on a different part of the property, and removing the septic system. Now, I know you're saying you could have just removed the septic system for cheaper, but the plans are in the future, we're going to rebuild a house. We're going to need a septic system. So why not just do it now all as one bill and not incur additional fees, right? So yeah, I think 50 plus grand that we paid for the house, that's my recollection, by the way. I don't actually remember what the bill was. And then I remember the septic system, like $48,000 for that, for a new septic, leach field, and removal of the old system, so that they could demo the house, because that was the problem. It literally sat about, I want to say about 10 feet off the side of the house, and it was substantial. You know, in the process of demolishing it, they could have collapsed it, done something stupid, and it was old, so we had to do it. But otherwise, yeah, that's where everything's at right now. And hopefully in a few months here, we'll have the update that we can start rebuilding. Yay. Any questions? Like I said, hit me up in the comments and I'll see what I can answer.